Hello, Taurus. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot and Astro Insights, and we're going to talk about these energies that came through for you. And the biggest energy that came through for my Taurus collective was the energy of the High Priestess. I kept being shown 222. So I do feel you are at this crossroads. You are at this pivot point where you are needing to make a very prominent decision in your life about moving forward. I heard Mercury, and then I heard messages. And so I feel this is a direct message connected to a Taurus out there that is a divine messenger, a prophet, a shaman, a healer. And so the big message that came through for you was progression on your journey. And so what I want you to remember, Taurus, every choice that you make impacts how your future will unfold. And so you are part of this untangling of what felt like a very complex pattern, whether this is connected to ancestry or the collective energies. You are really needing to trust right now, Taurus, in the tides, and you are being asked to set your sails. I was shown somebody in a sailboat, and so this energy felt very fated. It felt almost like this energy of being predestined. And so I did also feel this very uncomfortable energy that you're kind of working through. And although there's something very uncomfortable here, I do feel you are being asked to be the lighthouse, to be the guide, is what I journaled in bold capital letters. Be the guide. In order to be the guide, Taurus, you do have to listen very deeply to the messages of your soul, the messages of your higher self, because I feel you are a conduit for spirit, for spiritual messages, and you are being called to become the messenger. So Taurus, this may require you to go deep into your own personal underworld. The three words that came through in these energies very strongly was the labyrinth, the abyss, and the void. The labyrinth, the abyss, and the void. And so you are being called to walk the path of the shamanic healer. So I don't know who this message is for. So you could be dealing with a Cancer. I kept being shown the Chariot card, which is connected to Cancer. So you just might want to maybe even pay close attention to where Cancer placements fall within your birth chart or within your housing. Cancer was a prominent energy. And we do need to remember only an emperor or an empress ride in a chariot. So that is a message for somebody out there. You are being asked to reclaim your voice and to reclaim your power. I almost wasn't able to sit and record this reading because my throat felt very blocked right here. It's almost like a tickle came in and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to put this message out there. Almost like something, a negative energy was trying to block this message from coming forward. But I do feel you are being called to guide others into the realms of spirit, into the realms of understanding their own higher self. And so how can you reclaim your power? Because I do feel you really need to be mindful as well right now in the energies of any reactive behavior. That goes back to that complex pattern that you're kind of untangling, it feels like. And so I think you're being called to release any negative attachments, and these could also stem around addictions. And so addictions do come in many forms, Taurus. And so really be mindful of any addictive tendencies, emotional addictions, love addictions, food addictions, alcohol, drugs, anything of the sort. Anything can become an addiction when we play into excess or make it very unhealthy in a sense of excess. So I feel you are in this major karmic shift taking place right now, Taurus, and I do feel you're headed straight towards self-mastery. And so it really is time for my Taurus collective out there to become fully aware of all of your choices. Become fully aware of your choices so you can make a choice that will honor your path and your integrity. So I'd like to share some of the messages that came through with some oracle cards as I was pre-shuffling, and I was using the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck, and the cards are laid out. We're going to go a little bit deeper, but I'm usually not guided to pull cards not on camera, but I was kind of just in the zone after channeling and scrying those messages that I pulled some cards. And so the messages that came through very loudly was you are dismissing the ego right now. It's like you're dismissing the lower ego. You're tapping into your higher self. You've probably gone through this energy of what I like to call a soul star chakra activation, which is the 8th chakra. And we go up to the 12th chakra. And so you are here to fully ground in and demonstrate the energies of joy, compassion, unconditional love. And so that's what the embodiment of the spiritual path is. It is love for all that is. It is connection to the oneness of all that is. And so there's something like an Ace of Wands type energy I feel coming in. And this Ace of Wands energy I feel is asking you to ignite your passion. Something here is about to be sparked when it comes to maybe a new creative endeavor, a spiritual business. And so really listen to the energy of the heart. Really listen to the energies that you're working with. Does it lift you up? Does it bring you down? Because I do feel this message is strongly related to your work as a healer, as a shamanic teacher. And so what is it that you love to do? Because I do feel you are here untangling a lot of trauma and a lot of wounds connected to familial patterns, deep karmic family patterns here. And there's some deep past life wounds here that I feel need to be identified. The repetitive patterns need to be identified and transcended as part of this healing and releasing journey for you, Taurus. And so you are on the pathway of fully living consciously. So I do feel I'm talking to somebody that has already had some type of an awakening experience. And now you are at the pivot point of fully stepping into the healing embodiment of a divine healer. And so I'm talking to somebody here that is a healer, that is a teacher. And so this is about making decisions in your life that are for the betterment, not only for yourself, but for the betterment of humanity. And so we all have a choice to choose to live consciously, to consciously make choices rather than allowing life to kind of just happen to us. And so I'm talking to somebody here that is a very gifted healer, somebody that either has the ability to heal with their words, with their thoughts, with their touch, with the actions that they take, maybe all of these energies combined. I do feel I'm talking to a healer that has not fully stepped in to their teaching role or their fullest capacity as a teacher or a leader or a healer. And so there might be some more shadow work here that does need to be explored before you can fully step into this evolution of becoming this teacher. And so there could be somebody here that you're dealing with that is helping you to evolve to the highest potential that you have to bring forward into the world. But I feel there is some type of karmic lesson here that needs to be transcended, released, and healed, part of a deep familial karmic pattern. And so once you learn the lesson, that's the gift, right? That's when kind of Saturn energy comes in and brings forward a gifty to you as part of your human experience. And so how can you really stay present? I do feel there is a very prominent dynamic energy here that could come through in the form of a relationship that is really activating your greater purpose. And this person is actually more important to your path, I think, than you realize. And so the sharing energy, I feel, is asking you to share the knowledge that you have gained through this experience of healing, of understanding the pattern, of untangling yourself from the pattern or the old distorted beliefs, so you can share that wisdom that you've attained with the collective as part of you creating this new earth experience. And so there are still some energetic cords that need to be shed, that need to be transcended, that need to be cleared as part of this releasing and renewal process. But I feel you are on the precipice of a massive breakthrough, Taurus. And so how can you kind of clear your energy, clear your aura of anything unhealthy, any unwanted attachments or memories? Stop looking back. You're not going back there anymore, Taurus. You are going forward as part of this renewal. And so I feel you've put in a lot of hard work when it comes to your journey, when it comes to your path. And now you are on the precipice of your hard work finally starting to pay off. And so I had a little bit of a fallout here. So you could have had a fallout. It could have been recent or it could have been long past. But this fallout really was part of your spiritual path. Okay, it was part of your spiritual path. It was part of you manifesting this new life as a healer and as a teacher. And I do think fear is the only thing really stopping you right now when it comes to really stepping into that full embodiment. And so I do feel almost this energy of like imposter syndrome. And so you are worthy. So really take that time, I feel, in these energies to go into meditation, to really connect with the inner world, the inner self, and to really open up that deeper sense of communication with your guides and your angels and your higher self. Because I do feel you are a channel of this spiritual energy, and you are needing to center yourself daily. And so there is something here for sure that you have attracted into your life, that you have manifested. This is connected to your spiritual path. This is connected to your greater purpose. And so keep embracing this journey. Try your best to release fear and any expectations about how this whole experience or path is going to unfold, because Spirit knows when you will be ready to receive the fullness of this self-actualization. And so bottom of the deck, I did get this heightened awareness energy, and below that we've got this open to receiving, and below that I got to take it, find your tribe. So I do feel I'm talking to somebody here that is here to call in a spiritual tribe. And so this is part of your soul's growth. This is part of your soul's evolution. And so I do think you're coming into more heightened intuitive senses. So your gifts might be expanding or shifting, and you're probably feeling this energy big time. And so the meditation practice is going to allow you to quiet the mind so you can receive these new thoughts, these new ideas, this new divine inspiration when it comes to igniting your passions. So allow this energy flow to move through you, release all of the junk DNA, and get ready to really level up on the path. So let's go a little bit further with an oracle deck, the senses of the soul. And what I want you to remember, Taurus, is tarot oracle messages. This is all about guidance. This is all about self-empowerment. I'm not here to tell you what to do. The cards aren't here to tell you what to do. I'm simply here to guide you in the right direction, to show you the path that you can take to take charge of your life, to create the life that you really truly want. So we get the Lover's card, and we get the Silver Star. And so very, very interesting. These cards have been shuffled many times over, but this card was on the bottom of the deck when I recorded the 1010 portal message. This is the card that's on the bottom of the deck right now. Something about clearing that throat, something about speaking that truth. So usually on a Lover's card, you see two people. On this card, it kind of brings forward this energy of a fairy. A fairy, I always feel with the green Tinkerbell. And then you see that dream catcher. And so this is about a dream coming true. I feel things are about to get very lush for you. And the Silver Star is the second last card in the deck. And this is all about activations. Activations of the higher chakras. So chakras 8 through 12. And so you are going through some type of higher spiritual activation as a healer. So keep exploring the healing work. Any divine inspirational messages that are coming through for you are definitely to be followed. Really trust those senses of the soul right now, Taurus. So we're going to get a few of these out. We're going to see what other messages need to come through from my Taurus collective. We're going to take that one. We're going to get one more card. And we're going to take a peek at the bottom of the deck. We get the Orchid card. Beautiful. Orchids are my favorite flower. And so you are aligned, I feel, Taurus, with all of this universal energy. Almost feel like a King of Swords energy. So that's that throat energy that I was feeling, Taurus. And so there's a King of Swords energy here, I feel. And there is a block when it comes, I think, to speaking your truth. And so we can all embody the Queen or the King energy. This reading is not gender specific, but there is a need to find your masculine power, the yang energy that we all harbor from within, to speak your truth. And so allow this energy to kind of flow freely through you. We get a 34 card, the Zinnia card. And so there's an 8 of Wands element coming through in these energies when it comes to maybe seeing the humor in the trauma and the wounds. And then we get a 39 card, Mullen. That's also like a lung clearing card. So there's something here that needs to be cleared is really what it feels like. And I do feel you are safe and you are protected to speak your truth and to align with your purpose. So I would like to read the 51 card because this is a deep universal energy. It's the 7th chakra. So let's read into the Orchid card, because I feel right now you are on the precipice of becoming this expansive spiritual high priest or high priestess. So you're going through some type of mystical expansion, I feel, on this esoteric journey. And so there is a major realignment happening for you, Taurus. So you are going to want to be grounded as the excess flow of all of these energies travels through you as part of this universal connection to source. And so you are definitely letting the universe know that you are ready to receive this spiritual energy. And so something here too might be feeling a little stagnant or stuck or out of alignment. And so now they're showing me the 2 of Pentacles. Be mindful of feelings of existential isolation, because to become the high priest or the high priestess, it does require intense periods of solitude, and it can create a lot of dis-ease within the body as we master this spiritual alignment. And so I do feel there's a lot of energy flowing through the 7th chakra, the crown chakra. And so you might be feeling very overwhelmed. And so be mindful of disassociating, because if you are dissociating and trying to avoid this bringing you back into alignment energy, then you're going to find it very difficult for this energy to move through your body as you shift. So there is definitely something shifting when it comes to the higher energies being downloaded to you, Taurus. So be ready, because I do feel you've been hesitating. You've been hesitating to take that next step. And the universe is saying you are safe and protected to align to your purpose, to take that next right step. So let's go a little bit further with the Wildwood Tarot today, and let's see what other messages need to come through for my Taurus collective. Okay, we get the 9 of Stones on the bottom of the deck here. It's hard to see. This deck kind of splits it in two. So we get the 9 of Stones. That looks like a spiritual teacher, a spiritual leader. And this is somebody on the solitary path with the 10 of Vessels. And so this is about honoring spiritual tradition, the higher powers, the higher cosmic laws of the universe. And you are going to need to get grounded. If you notice in one hand, he's kind of got the rattle. So Spirit is rattling the energies for you. And then he's holding a snake. And so the snake does represent esoteric knowledge, esoteric wisdom. And so there is going to be an overflow of emotional happiness, emotional abundance. And so healing these traumatic wounds really is bringing in your greatest blessings. And so the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Vessels is ultimate fulfillment. And we can achieve that on the solitary path as well. So let's get at it. Let's get 9 of these cards out for you, Taurus. And let's see what else needs to come through. If you're enjoying the message, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to like, comment on, and share the video. It does help to circulate the content. It does help the channel to grow. If you are interested in going further with me with a personal reading, please feel free to check out the links below. I am now offering a private one-on-one astrology mentorship class, 4 or 8 sessions. If that interests you, there will also be a link below. And I just want to quickly mention the membership side of the channel. So every Thursday I do go live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I do pull into all 12 zodiac signs because I only post a zodiac message for each of the signs about once every 30 days. This is the perfect opportunity to get a message into your current situation weekly. So check it out. For less than a cup of coffee, you can join the membership side of the channel. Okay, we've got a follow. This one was kind of standalone energy. So we do have a 2 of Cups in reverse. So there is something about attracting some type of separation energy connected to a divine union. I actually feel you connected with another in 5D and above in the spiritual realms. So the other part of the fallout, we get the Star reversed. We get the 4 of Arrows in reversed. We get the King of Arrows. There's that King of Swords, that Kingfisher energy. And we get the Knight of Stones or the Horse energy in reverse. And so I feel there was some type of fallout. Either you're going through it right now or you've already gone through this in the recent past, maybe about 4 years ago, Taurus. But I feel there's like a shift. And so if you think of like the poles of the earth shifting, there's a shift going on here. And so there is this energy of dark night of the soul coming through, going into that abyss energy, like I talked about, the void, the abyss. And so if things kind of feel like they're spiraling right now and feels like there's a lack of healing and things are never going to come into manifestation, there is a need to release fear about incoming communication, because I do feel there is solid, truthful communication coming in connected to some type of separation of a divine spiritual connection here, a divine union. And so maybe in the past there was a lack of reciprocity, there was a lack of commitment, there was a lack of loyalty. But I do feel there is a need to maybe speak about this. I feel a sacred flame energy. So I'm going to leave that fallout energy over here to the side. I'm going to cut the deck. We're going to pull 9 cards and we're going to see what is going on in these energies. So the first card out, we get the 3 of Stones in reversed. We get the World. So there we are, closing out the negative repetitive patterns. And I do feel this is part of igniting your passion and igniting your purpose. And so maybe in the past, your higher self knew that there needed to be some type of block to some type of union and separation, because you needed to get deeply rooted in a sense of what type of creative journey you are on. And so I do feel this was all for the creativity of your path. And so there's that labyrinth energy, right? The labyrinth energy to complete a cycle. We get the balance card or the temperance card in reverse. And that's kind of sitting right on top of that trauma and wounds card. And so there was an imbalance of energies here. And if you notice on this balance card or this temperance card, you see a face there at the bottom of the tree. And it's almost like the 2 snakes or the 2 dragon energies. And so the masculine and feminine principle. And so there's been a rebalancing of these energies, I feel, in your life. We get the 8 of Bows or the 8 of Wands, which is speaking about hearth fire. So some type of Kundalini activation is really what that's feeling like. And then the healer card connected to the 7 of Vessels. And so there has been some sort of death process or mourning process that I feel you have been going through here. And this is part of the healing journey. And so we can't teach others or guide others on the healing path unless we've gone through the actual experience of becoming the healer itself. And so there is some type of disillusionment that I feel you have gone through or are going through or are still going through. And there is going to be clearance when it comes to this mourning process. And so the teacher card, we get the 7 of Bows, the 7 of Wands, and that is where I'm placing it, is right on top of the teacher card. And so that's so interesting because the 7 of Wands is key 33 in the Tarot, Taurus. That is the teacher of the teachers card. And so I feel you are being given clearance to fully ground in your purpose as a teacher. And so it's time for you to lay down a long-standing burden. And maybe it's the burden of not feeling worthy of stepping into this type of responsibility within the collective. But I feel you've got a challenge ahead of you as well when it comes to just learning to be fully present in this spiritual journey. We get the 11 card or the Justice in reversed, the word in reverse, and you are here to share the injustices, to talk about the imbalances, and to help bring people, I feel, into their life, bring their life back into balance. And the last card out, we get the 10 of Stones in reverse. And so you are being asked to cut energetic cords with maybe a family pattern connected to the home, connected to a family legacy or an ancestral legacy. And so it's kind of time to come out of the cave and to create a new earth energy. I'm going to get 2 more on that. We get the 7 of Arrows. I'm going to pull from the bottom of the deck. We get the Green Woman. There you are, Taurus energy. And so I do feel you have been blocking your truth for far too long. I do feel there's been some type of separation where you've had to work through anger, bitterness, all of those negative divine feminine qualities that we kind of have to work through. We've got 7 powers that we have to work through as a divine feminine on the journey, because we get this Queen of Arrows in reversed. And so swans mate for life. But a Queen of Swords in reverse is indicative of some type of divorce or separation. And so there is a need to release anger and bitterness connected to a separation, because you are the giver of life itself. That's what the Empress is, the giver of life. And so I do feel in the past you might have been dealing with a situation that was unrequited, not reciprocal, and this activated some type of spiritual awakening for you, or you're going through this right now. And so it is time to follow the lead of all of this spiritual instruction, because I do feel there was some type of abandonment or betrayal here, and you've needed to work through all of the negative emotions connected to this betrayal, because ultimately you are working through massive insecurities. You're learning to grow through the pain, and I think you got something really beautiful here brewing when it comes to some type of significant breakthrough. And so the Empress upright is saying, yeah, your hard work, your determination is about to pay off, because the Empress is lush. She's beautiful. She can make anything grow, but you first have to work through all of these negative emotions. So let's clarify this Seven of Vessels. I think of Cups. I think of months. So this might be a seed being planted now, and within the next 7 months, you will be fully grounded into this newfound purpose, this newfound energy of having the clearance to go ahead. So let's clarify the Seven of Vessels. Let's see if we can get more clarity on the Seven of Vessels on this morning energy. Look at the Three of Swords. And so, yeah, you've kind of had to walk through the fire of heartbreak. Maybe you have dealt with 3 significant heartbreaks, and usually the first person to break our heart is our mother or our father or both. And so I do feel a lover here that has deeply wounded you, and this has been part of your healing process, to heal from jealousy, to heal from these negative emotions. And look at that, the Archer. And so it is a Cancer card. It is the Chariot card in this deck. But when I think of the Archer, I also think of Sagittarius energy. So keep that in mind. This really was to get you moving towards some type of Empress status. There you are, the Nine of Stones. And so this Tower was kind of like a blessing in disguise. And so I do feel, to become the healer, you do have to break free from all of the false identities that you hold about yourself. You have to break free from the false foundations. If you look at this card, it's like he's holding on to the Four of Wands, one on each foot, the flaming wands. And so there was some type of deep spiritual connection that I feel had to go into some sort of separation in order for all of this deeply trauma and all of these deep trauma and wounds to resurface, in order for you to fully heal, to receive this love, for you to learn how to become independently owned and operated and master maybe the lesson of interdependence. And so the Archer. So I do feel what you have gone through might have also been on the reverse side of the scales. And so this is about healing that core wound with the Nine of Bows in reverse. And so you are becoming the conscious wounded healer. And so I do feel respect will come to you, and it might not feel like things are working out in your favor right now, but it's really to get you on the pathway of focusing on your skills, because I feel there's still some residual anger here when it comes to some type of separation with a divine lover. And so it's time to overcome inertia. It's time to overcome boredom, and it's time to lay that new foundation for your life, Taurus. And so I do feel it really is time to lay that new foundation. So what is the burden? What is the burden that needs to be released so you can step into this new higher sense of spiritual responsibility for the path? So we get the King of Bows in reversed. So the King of Wands upright is a visionary, is a leader. And so you need to release maybe a person or the memory of a person. I think you're dealing with a counterpart situation, and right now you need to release this person or the anger attached to this person, feeling like maybe the whole burden or the whole onus of the responsibility of the path has been on you. But this person is surrounded by a bunch of snakes, and they're going to have to choose to take action. And so I do feel you could be dealing with a counterpart situation. We got the green man that came out. We got the green woman. So there's that divine couple in separation. And then we get the seer in reversed. And so you are seeing a situation clearly. I do feel there's a counterpart situation here that maybe the masculine half of the counterpart situation was led astray by mistruths. But I do feel there's going to be unexpected news, or there is going to be some truth coming to light here. And this is going to push you onto a new path. But I do feel this is feeling very forced. So this is connected to the masculine side of the energies, and you could resonate as the masculine or the feminine. You decide. But there is going to be some unexpected truth that is going to push somebody off the ledge to become the sacred wanderer. And I do feel there's anger here for not seeing things clearly. So I would like to just grab a couple more cards on the Empress. The Six of Cups. So there is some type of reunion coming through. And we get the King of Stones. So the lone wolf energy, and we get the great bear. So there is some type of an awakening or judgment call that will need to be made. But I do feel there is an offer coming here. So if somebody kind of disrespected you or left you out in the dust for a third party situation, I do feel it is really time to put the past to bed. And so we get the Ten of Swords, which is, hey, the worst has already kind of happened. And so this really was about aiming. It's like subconsciously somebody really aimed to kill when it comes to drudging up that deeply seated core wound from childhood. And so there is going to be a new opportunity for love. There could be a clean slate here. The Page of Vessels, the Page of Cups, the Page of Stones, the Page of Bows. Oh my goodness. So I think there could be an apology. I do feel something here is about to be brought back to life. And you're going to have to make a final judgment call connected to this energy. And so we kind of got everybody here, Taurus. But I do feel it's going to take a lot of strength for somebody to come in with some honest, forthright communication. So we're going to close this reading off with a self-care message. Let's do a self-care message. And so right now, Taurus, you are being asked to give yourself some self-compassion. So that's really simply giving yourself the same type of kindness that you would give to others. Because I do feel somebody is about to reach out to you to receive some type of advice. And so remember, when you love yourself enough, that does begin with you leaving behind whatever isn't healthy. This could mean people, jobs. It could mean old beliefs, old habits, anything that's been keeping you small from stepping into this healing, teaching position. And so your judgment maybe is a little skewed because of some type of situation where there was a lack of loyalty, or you were dealing with disloyalty. But now you need to see this as a self-loving journey. So really take a few moments to reflect on your path and how you can love yourself a little bit more in these energies. So what's the closing message for Taurus? There we go. This kind of goes in with that Nine of Pentacles energy. So we get an affirmation card for you, Taurus, and this card is asking you to realize that loneliness is the poverty of self. But that Nine of Pentacles upright is telling you that solitude is the richness of self. And so be the friend to yourself that you wish you had the most growing up or right now. And remind yourself every morning when you look in the mirror, you are here to affirm positive words into your life. So remember, as you move through your day, as you move through your journey, take moments to look in the mirror. And when you look in the mirror, actually fully look into your eyes and tell yourself that you love yourself unconditionally, because you, Taurus, are always enough. You are always, always enough. And that's the closing message that I have today for you, Taurus. So if you enjoyed this message, let me know down below. If you would like to go further with me with a personal reading, check out the links below. I hope you have a great day, everybody. And I definitely look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thanks, Taurus.